There's nothing quite like experiencing the 7 world wonders, and many of these magnificent destinations have their own stories to tell. But in our video today, we'll uncover the secrets of the 7 wonders. Number 7. The Great Wall of China. It's one of the world's biggest and oldest forms of defense, and the Great Wall of China is impressive, even without the legends and mystery surrounding it. Being more than 21,000 kilometers in length and 6 meters wide, the secrets of the Great Wall continue to capture the world's curiosity. Many dynasties ago, China was not a united country that we see today, and the Great Wall of China was built by combining smaller segments of walls throughout China during the Chengku period. And these were initially built to protect the different regions from nomadic invaders from the north and each other in times of hostility. In 221 BCE, Emperor Qin Shi Huang unified the states, and he also began to combine the different walls built by his predecessors, which became known as the Long Wall. Even though China was united and had some natural barriers, the northern mountainous terrains remained vulnerable to the Turkish, Mongol, and Xiongnu invaders. And new structures of the Great Wall are being discovered every few years, all branching off from the main body. And a fun fact most people don't know is that the glutinous rice flour was used as mortar. There are countless graves surrounding the Great Wall, indicating that many people died during its construction. Thousands of people died during this construction due to accidents, harsh conditions, and, well, just pure exhaustion. Although there are rumors of graves being found in the wall itself, no remains have actually been found. The Great Wall was originally built to keep people out of China, but the same tool that was made to keep people out is now the reason the country has so many foreign visitors. Number 6. Machu Picchu. Famously dubbed the Lost City of the Incas, Machu Picchu is built on mystery and intrigue and is full of secrets. Machu Picchu is perched along a treacherous ridge in the Andes Mountains and was built well over 500 years ago. Here's some of the secrets of this mysterious Peruvian city. Hiram Bingham found the citadel of Machu Picchu, although this was different from the place he was actually looking for. Instead, he was searching for a city called Vilcabamba, the city of the Inca escaped to when the Spaniards arrived in 1532. Hiram spent many years claiming the cities were one and the same, but his theory has been disproved as the true lost city of the Incas. One of the biggest mysteries is how the site was built in such a remote location when the granite stones weighed more than 22 kilograms each. Because granite is one of the roughest and strongest rocks, they're so strong the Incas didn't even need to use mortar to keep the rocks in place. In fact, the rocks are so precisely laid that even a razor blade can't fit between most. Anthropologists believe that the meticulous construction was achieved by using hematite, a stone used as a natural hammer to shape the rocks. There are theories that Machu Picchu was a trading site or royal palace, but studies show evidence showing how Machu Picchu citadel was built in relation to the sun, a vital part of their religion and culture. In recent excavations, archaeologists have uncovered structures for looking at the stars. For example, the light of the summer solstice entered and created a beam of light which disappeared a few moments later. This was used to help know when to plant corn. There is also a peculiar rock called the Intihuatana, built on the highest part of the citadel and used for astronomical observations. It's the only completely intact Intihuatana, and this Spanish name means to tie up the sun. During the equinox, the most important day of the Inca calendar, the sun lies directly above it, and its shadow disappears. This happens because the stone is carved at an inclination of 13 degrees, showing how excellent the Incas' knowledge of astronomy was. Number 5. The ancient city of Petra. The Rose City, or the ancient city of Petra, was built from pink sandstone. The way this monumental hideous city was built was somewhat of a secret in itself, and is one of the reasons why people continue to marvel at the world wonder. The ancient city of Petra has many fascinating buildings, but most notably Ad-Dir and the Cosme, which are monuments, tombs, and temples wholly carved into the sides of cliffs. Achieving the desired result was no small feat. In fact, it required the Nabateans to work from the top of the building to the bottom, and this was done to avoid debris destroying the completed work. The architects built Petra in a way that turned it into a desert oasis, which hosted over 20,000 people and was an important trading center. Due to its location being strategically at the crossroad for traders of silk and spices from the east and frankincense and myrrh from the south, This trade route was booming with activity from all over the world. Its locations also aided in the protection of the city. Steep hillsides were a natural defense against invaders, and architects placed watchtowers at the highest parts to serve as lookouts for any hostile activity. The entrance to the city is a narrow gorge called the Seek, which was formed by erosion, which makes it rather difficult to invade. The town was also somewhat of an oasis, located in a basin of riverbeds. The architects couldn't use scaffolding due to a lack of wood, so instead, they sculpted staircases to allow builders to carve, which, if you climb these stairs, will take you to a cave where the construction began. Number 4. The Taj Mahal. The Taj Mahal is an extravagant expression of love. It is the jewel of India, as it also represents the time of the Indian Mughals. More than 3 million tourists experience this beautiful testament of man's priceless love for his wife every year. But this magnificent structure is more than just a beautiful monument. It holds many tantalizing secrets. The Taj Mahal is known as the world's most beautiful tomb, built by Emperor Shah Jahan for his beloved late wife. Their love began as an arranged childhood marriage, but bloomed into an everlasting love, which will be a love story that stood the test of time. The inner sanctum is the tomb of his empress. The Mughal architects used optical tricks. For example, the first view of the Taj Mahal is framed by the gate, and as you walk closer, it seems to get smaller. But as you walk away, it gets bigger. The architects have a saying that this happens so that as you go further away, the Taj Mahal grows bigger in your heart, as well as the minarets lean slightly outwards, which also lets them look perfectly straight. But this was also done so that they wouldn't fall away from the Taj Mahal and keep it intact in the event of an earthquake. Number 3. Christ the Redeemer. This wonder of the world was designed by Heitor da Silva Costa and sculpted by French sculptor Paul Landowski. Christ the Redeemer is an enthralling monument with intriguing secrets. The colossal statue was originally built in France and moved to Brazil in 1931. It stands at the height of 38 meters tall and is located at the top of Mount Corcovado. Christ the Redeemer, one of Rio's highest points, is definitely not protected from lightning and can get hit by lightning around 3 to 6 times every year. In 2014, just before the FIFA World Cup, a bolt of lightning actually broke one of its thumbs. Number 2. The Colosseum. The Colosseum is the biggest structure of the Romans. According to archaeologists, this colossal amphitheater was once decorated with bronze shields on its outer walls. After Nero committed suicide, Vespasian stepped into command. Out of all things Caesar Vespasian could have built, he chose the Colosseum, also known as the Flavian Amphitheater, to eradicate Nero's pleasure place completely. This was done deliberately to create the bold statement that Vespasian was nothing like Nero. This also celebrated military power and made it highly entertaining for the population. This place witnessed over 1 million deaths, as it was an entertainment complex that gave the Romans a sense of who they were by watching fighting and hunting, a natural order of kill or be killed. Many wild animals would seem to magically appear from the ground. Underneath the arena were walls with cuts and grooves, which showed evidence of capstans. These would turn to open up traps and make way for ramps, which allowed wild animals to just magically appear in the arena. In the theater, mythology stories were acted out safely, but in the amphitheater, these reenactments with criminals were catapulted to their deaths. Directors went so far as to conduct one of the worst forms of torture: mock sea battles where ships full of prisoners were sunk in the amphitheater in a mass execution. Number 1. Chichen Itza. In Chichen Itza, one of the most prominent structures is the Pyramid of Kukulkan, which was the Mayan snake deity. On this pyramid, one of the secrets this place hides is that there is a gigantic snake that crawls across El Castillo. This can only be seen during the equinoxes that happen twice a year. During the equinox, the sun casts a shadow and creates the image of a serpent god, which seems to slither down 365 steps as the sun sets. Beneath Chichen Itza lies an underground water world. These are called cenotes, sacred to Chichen Itza's inhabitants. One you cannot miss is the Cenote Sagrado. These cenotes were believed to be places where ceremonies, including sacrifices, would occur. And Chichen Itza translates to "at the mouth of the well of Itza."